Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha with Ice Cream Fitness here. I have a video I want to address today because someone else reminded me that Mcstruthers tried to stir up some shit with this, and I forgot all about it because I did this video before I went to Bodypower, like right before, and so I completely forgot about this, and I've noticed quite a few people have made comments and have tried to call me out on this, and I'm going to set the record straight. But hold on, let me give you guys a bicep shot first. And I'm going to link my video here, and I'm going to link it down below, starting at the point where I went into the conversation on training, because I made a statement about a handful of the 3D JM guys, and I specifically said that it was not all of them, that it was only a handful, and yet people are going, I'm accusing the whole team of being on gear based upon their actions. And I clearly said that's not the case, and if people want to know who I was actually accusing, all they had to do was read these people's Facebook feeds and see which ones of them respectfully discussed the topic with me, or which ones of them completely denounced me, called me things like a douchebag, a bitch, a piece of shit, and never addressed any of the points I made. They completely ignored my argument and the topic and attacked me personally. Which means to me, those people have something to hide. And any psychologist who saw my video and then saw their reaction would agree with me that is a psychological sign of guilt. That those guys are most likely juicing their brains out and then cheating, because that type of reaction is the reaction a person gives when they're guilty. Doesn't mean every person who disagreed with me. And in fact, as far as I know, only one of the coaches on the team actually did this, but several, I think 3 or 4 of the actual athletes did, and that's why I made that distinction. And people have come up and said things like, oh, you're accusing Eric Helms, Jeff Alberts, and Alberto Nunez. None of those guys made statements like that. So to link what I'm talking about with them, well, there's no evidence whatsoever that they made that sort of statement, so why would you link what I said to them when I said it was just a handful and I said what they did? And case in point, Jeff Alberts didn't partake in the conversation at all. He didn't address it, he didn't see the debate, he didn't see my original video. So he's not part of this. As far as Eric Helms, I'm not aware that Eric addressed it or ever saw my video. And I've publicly made positive statements about Eric and his work before. I have referenced Eric's work and research in videos of mine. And then as far as Alberto goes, Alberto is one of the guys on the team who had a civil conversation with me about it, and hundreds of people saw it. Because Alberto and I both post in John Hollywood's Cage, which is a private group on Facebook, and we had a conversation there where every member of the cage could see it, and other people chimed in the conversation, including some of the other guys throwing insults, and they continued to throw insults and attack me personally, while Alberto and I had a mature, serious conversation with it. And Alberto didn't attack me publicly, he didn't attack me personally, he stayed very mature, and if I recall, he actually said something along the lines of, Jason, I agree that you made some good points, but I respectfully disagree with your conclusions. Now, to me, that is not a mark of guilt. That is a sign of a person who is willing to carry on an actual conversation with me about the substance of my points. And he didn't make it personal. He wasn't hiding behind personal attacks. He was willing to actually discuss it with me directly where other people could see it. And that's not the same thing as the people who completely ignored everything I said and tried to make it personal about me and attack me. And as far as I'm concerned, and you guys can go look on, if you guys really want to try to find it, I kept screenshots. I'll probably post these up at some point. I kept screenshots of stuff different people said, like the good Dr. Lame Norton and some others, and you guys can kind of see what sort of reactions people had. And I'll probably post that up at some point when these people come forward later and start denying that they did this sort of thing. I'll probably post it up because they did it publicly. But yeah, if you guys had gone and looked on Steve Cleve's wall, actually within 24 hours of me doing that, they all chimed in, and a bunch of the guys from the team chimed in, and there were quite a few personal insults hurled. and you guys could kind of see the flow of the conversation for yourself. But yeah, those are the guys who I am saying as clearly a mark of guilt. Those, as far as I'm concerned, those guys, even if they look like crap or they're not achieving anything, are still fake naturals because their reaction is the type of action of a person who's guilty and is actually trying to hide the information and argument I'm putting out through subterfuge and redirecting it away from that argument because they don't want to touch the argument itself and they want to try to bury it and make it personal about me. And that's generally the tactic a person would use who has something to hide. Alright guys, I just wanted to clarify that point because someone brought it up to me this morning and I completely forgot about this, and I wanted to make sure it was perfectly clear that I wasn't accusing Alberto particularly, because Alberto and I had a very mature conversation about this, and actually he was the most respectful and mature guy out of the whole group as far as this whole topic went. And so I don't want people to think that I am actually angry at him or that I'm making statements about Alberto in particular. Alright guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you next time.